Hello and welcome to this new episode of the OWASP Top 10 series. Today's subject is about insufficient login and monitoring. The world of information security is an ever-changing landscape. Every day, new vulnerabilities emerge and new exploits get published. However, this is just the tip of the iceberg. There are so many unknown vulnerabilities which are currently exploited by cybercriminals. Therefore, you can't be sure that your systems are totally immune even when applying the latest patches and updates. You need to have a way to detect when and how your assets are being compromised. This is where having efficient login and monitoring measures comes into play. They are like the immune system of your body, so to speak. Let's first understand what is logging and monitoring before discussing how they help in security. Logging is the process of keeping track of system activities and its interactions. It's a critical piece of your infrastructure. In fact, it allows you to record when events occur, who initiates them, from where, and what actions have been performed. This has two advantages. First, it helps you build a database which you will use to define metrics and alerts based on specific events like the number of login attempts. Secondly, you can use the logged data for any further investigations should any security incident happen. Monitoring consists of constantly observing the logs of a system and searching for anomalies. There are many approaches to monitoring, from defining manual thresholds and metrics to leveraging artificial intelligence algorithms, but the goal is to spot any malfunctions or deviations from your normal system's activity. The lack of proper login and monitoring in your systems is a bad practice. In fact, when attackers infiltrate a target, they usually generate logs which don't correspond to your system activity. If you can't monitor and detect such deviations, you are creating a blind spot for attackers to take advantage of. One of the big recent incidents affected the giant firm Citrix. Attackers found a weak password as a result of a password spraying attack. Unfortunately, they haven't been aware until notified by the FBI about a breach which led to about 6 terabytes of stolen data. Insufficient logging and monitoring gives enough room for cybercriminals to cause the biggest damage possible. In other words, they can breach your perimeter, pivot inside your network, steal data, spy on you, and get away with it. And the worst part is that you will probably never detect the attack. Think of this as if your systems are suffering from HIV. Any threat can be deadly. To prevent or mitigate insufficient login and monitoring, you first need to invest in a login and monitoring solution. There are many out there on the market. You should define security metrics which trigger an alert if a certain threshold is met. For instance, if you receive too many login requests from a user, your monitoring system should raise an alert. Make sure you dedicate enough human resources to handle the reported alerts. Otherwise, you will not benefit from your investment. Constantly test your login and monitoring systems during a penetration testing to verify if you can detect and understand what the penetration testers are doing. Keep testing and enhancing your alerts and incident handling processes. If you choose to implement your own login and monitoring features, make sure you don't introduce security vulnerabilities. And that was it. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something new. If you're not subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button and enable notifications so that you know when a new video is up. Until then, stay curious, learn new things, and go find some bugs.